All right, despite my best efforts, we are here in round 2. On the draw, I mean, I guess it's got flyers. We want to draw some lands, but let's do the thing. I guess we're a little scared of like a white weenie aggro deck. Well, we can cast that if we need to. We can flash it in on one of their creatures. That won't do anything for reference. Unless they have a creature that damages themselves somehow. Boros aggro is a real deck in most formats. There's our Griffin Guide, so if we can land a creature, we're pretty happy. Okay. More 3-color shenanigans. We would have liked that. We would have liked that a lot. Can we draw a good card? No. 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 But we can do the Forsythian intercepting thing. Next turn, much to our opponent's surprise. Lightning Angel. Okay, there's a reason to be playing the thing that you're doing, because that'll kill you. The original Mantis Rider right there. That's a real card. We are very fortunate to have drawn an answer to it, because it was going to kill us. And not slowly. That said, there's a lot of answers they can have to this. Like, I don't know, counter spell, any removal spell that's an instant, any combat trick. Best draw in our deck's an island, so we can get Teferi going. Yep. Momentary Blink is another thing you could do. If they tap out, we can Griffin Guide. I was going to say we can Griffin Guide and block it. So our plan now, if we're not just dead already, maybe take another 3 from that idiot, flash in a Forsythian Interceptor, block it, then put a Griffin Guide on the Interceptor? No, it's going to be Teferi. Teferi can't block that. How is playing Teferi not the best answer to anything ever? That's really weird. I'm used to that being the case. All right, well, where we are is we play the Interceptor, and then we buff the Interceptor, and then we cry sadly, because they'll probably be able to do something about that too. God, I don't remember what set Lightning Angel was in, but it's a beating. I wonder if that could have been in cons. I mean, Mantis Rider's arguably better. It's probably just 100% better just because it's 1 cheaper, but it was not only Jeskai before Jeskai was cool, it was Jeskai before anything, really. I was thinking it'd be neat to flash into Teferi and block this, and then I realized this card has text. And they've still got a blink. Like, I guess we're hoping we hit another land so that we can... Ugh. Start to stabilize? They are out of cards, I suppose is the good thing. All right, so I can guide this, and I kind of have to because we're dead in the air, right? So if I guide this and block this, we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and aren't quite dead. This doesn't leave us in great shape. Okay, okay. Stop hitting me. I guess they still want to push damage here, right? So like we're dead to everything. So I block a 3-power dude here and I can at least trade with it, and that leaves us taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then dying to them drawing a non-land. Okay. Alright, so this block's here. I flash this guy in to block that. I block there. I mean, there's nothing we can do here. So I guess we just pass and let them kill us. Maybe they'll use the Magus for funsies. Yep, at 1 it just doesn't matter because I can block that and block this, but I can't get enough stuff in play fast enough to actually kill anything. So you got me. Wait a minute. I could have actually survived that. Because this can block 2 creatures. Oh my god, Travis, read your cards. I still don't think it mattered, but it mattered a little bit. Like we'd have gotten to see an extra card. Let's remember that this guy can block 2 things. Oh, this is almost as bad as the Legendary Cube draft I did. Alright, so Eternity Snare is a bit slow. Dan's fine. It at least blocks their ground stuff. It does just die to a lot of things, though. This is a good answer to their dude. Gaze of Justice is another okay answer. It's not great. Ghost Ship is okay. We don't need Ophidian Eye. That's a bit... like, that's just... we're going to sit there and have that die in our hand. They did show us some 1/1s, or some X1s. I like having answers to that, especially when it's something we can search up. I think I like the Interceptor now that I've read the darn card. You don't do anything, right? Just kind of dirtle around and look at cards. That's bad. I should probably take out something from here and just play a cheaper creature, like another Coral Trickster. That can buy us some time. Give something pseudo-vigilance. Maybe the Sentinel's just too cute. I can believe that. Let's try this and read our cards this time. I approve of reading cards. Yes, let's play first. How good is this if I draw a Plains? It's actually pretty good. We're playing 8 of them though, right? That may not be enough to risk it. I think people mulligan a bit too often in draft, but we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with 8 planes in the deck, we've got 1 draw step, and then it's 50-50. Is this hand so good that they can't beat it otherwise? We've got Scout to trade. If we're able to play Scout into Griffin Guide, I think we probably just win. I'm going to risk this with the understanding that if we don't hit a plains in the top 2 cards, which were somewhere a little less than 50 and then somewhere a little around 50 to hit, aren't we? No, not with 8 of them. Oh, I have made a grave math error. We're a little less than 25% and then a little at 25%, I think, to hit. I don't like those odds. 2 25s does not quite 50 make. If there's any just ice in the world, I will whiff on plains and die terribly. If there's not, I mean, the Zealot and Vec is a really good card against them. All right, we've still got 1 turn for this to matter. At least we hit a land. Like, we were 50% to hit a land. That guy's a problem, too. It's kind of the same thing as this Sarah Angel variant that we have. All right, all right. So we don't have to deal with the Magus. We could potentially filter blue mana into white mana with the plains. Ivory Giant's a little bit of a problem, but not much of a problem if we hit the thing with the stuff. We're not going to hit the thing with the stuff, are we? We're never going to hit the thing with the stuff. Yeah, I think I have to currently save this to tap their Falcon thing when it comes in. It looks like their mana base is worse than ours, which is some consolation to that keep. But I do believe we have made a grave error in math. Mulliganing feels miserable. So does never drawing the right color of land. So you should do it if you work out the math and don't make a mistake in it. The good news from here is we're about 25, like a little over 25% per turn to draw it now. The bad news is it's probably too late to matter. Like, yeah, we get to tap that, but we're kind of just dead to it anyway. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a case of you should have mulliganed, dude. Like, I guess if we draw plains, and they don't interact with us, we can Crier, discard 2 cards to make 2 1/1s, and then maybe start killing this. The problem is we've got like multiple 3/3 flyers bearing down on us now, and that's just that's not something we can conceivably win. And this is not bad luck. This is not the shuffler getting me. This is not any of those things. This is me calculating the odds for drawing a land instead of specifically a white land and not really paying attention to it. Which is very sad, but a decent lesson to learn. Like, sometimes you get used to things like... Really? Okay. Not that we had a chance of winning this anyway, but... So we're taking 8, 9, 10 in the air going to 1. Killing any one of their creatures doesn't help. I guess this is where we Griffin Guide, block the 4/4, and then hope against hope something happens. That's a good reason not to just suicide the Coral Trickster into the Mage's last turn. So let's say I'm able to actually trade this off. Is there a way for me to get 2 white creatures in play and cast Gaze of Justice? Not really. That's probably really good for us as far as things can get really good. God, just please don't have another play. They have another play. That's not good for us. So I can cast a Scout and a Trickster. Have some ground blockers. Be really sad. Again, like I said, if we could have this in play, we could swing it into 2 mana. I guess my plan is play this. Play the Scout. No, that's not actually a plan, Travis. That's a really bad plan. I could play this, unmorph it, tap their thing. There's just not a way we end up being able to even cast this. And if we do, it still doesn't matter. I was trying to see, is there any way we can get out of this and have creatures left? And I kind of don't think there like enough white creatures for this to actually matter, and I don't think there is. It's just watching continued punishment for a greedy, not just a greedy keep, a stupid keep. Yay! We've got Coral Tricksters. I guess at least I'm not dying to that. Because the giant's going to kill us next turn. Unless we can find a way to get 4 white creatures into play. That obviously doesn't do it. Is there any way that this works out? Because like I can flash that in and block that, and then we're only taking 8, 9, 10 in the air. I guess if he's willing to trade this off, maybe it does, but why would he do that? Why would you do that? If for some bizarre reason he trades this for the little falcon dude, we're not dead. I can't imagine that that's a thing that seems appealing to our opponent, but because then we'll have a 2/2 white griffin that can... Okay, we're still playing Magic. I don't think it works really well for us, but that thing deals 2 damage. Okay, that guy doesn't matter. Well, I mean, he does long term. He doesn't matter now. God, what do we have to draw? Wrath of God? And he's got blink. That's probably not good for us either, because now he just blinks the guy. Doesn't kill our dude. No? Okay. Still playing Magic. Not playing much Magic, but still playing some. That doesn't... I mean, I guess it leaves it untapped so you can attack with it? Does that kill me? I don't think so. I mean, it will. It just won't right now. Because I block, I take 4. Yeah, we're still very dead, but we get another turn. If he doesn't swing with this guy, we may even be able to not die to that. So how does this work, Travis? What's your plan? Your plan is to block this, draw planes, play the Crier, Gaze of Justice this, and then you're still dead. So I guess all of this last 5 minutes, basically everything since I think I'm 50% to draw planes has been somewhat irrelevant. Yeah, like, okay, you got Grape Shot too. Like, if we hit a planes and exile this, we still don't have enough of a board presence to stop all of the rest of their stuff. So, lesson learned. Make sure you take proper mulligans. Was there a planes in there? I mean, there were planes in there, but we weren't getting to one for a while, and that was the problem with that keep in the first place. We do end up with a Dan, and it's kind of hard to argue that that's not awesome. We never really got to do shenanigans with Teferi. I think the deck was okay. I think I piloted it probably at a 60% of its potential, misunderstanding what Eternity Sneer did. There's no excuse for that. I've played with that card before. It was in, like, Return to Ravnica block, I think. Some of the other cards are different and weird. I feel like we were lucky to get past the first round, to be quite honest. But hopefully, like, my intent was to show people with this draft that you don't have to know the format to jump into some of these flashbacks. You can still have some fun and evaluate some cards. And I think we were pretty close on the card evaluation. Some of them still got us, but those are things that you learn through playing. And this format's actually going to be around for a while. By the time the video goes live, they'll actually have the next set released. So jump in and do some flashback drafts and have some fun. And yeah, you're going to make some mistakes. Honestly, that's part of the fun of Magic, is getting to play with new cards and, you know, making mistakes, learning lessons, figuring out how old cards work. Some of this will make us better at Cube and better at the next Modern Masters set that comes out that'll have, you know, 500 variants of Amarura Scouts or whatever. But I appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. I will see you here next Monday, probably with some more Shadows action. And you can always catch me on the stream. It is twitch.tv/Simulin. Thanks, my friends, and we will see you next time.